Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my personal expectations for Tyler Guyton. So before we hop into the video, I appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content, man. We talk about Tyler Guyton. Again, he was selected in the first round, picked 29th. That was in a trade back scenario. And really, I'm just going to talk about what my expectations are for him and what he needs to bring for the Dallas Cowboys year one. And really, for me, I don't really have too high expectations for Tyler Guyton. Again, some people are going to put lofty expectations on him because underneath the Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Will McClay era, every single time that we have been drafted in the first round offensive lineman, for example, Tyron Smith in 2011, that's potentially that's a all-pro, Pro Bowler, future Hall of Famer. Same thing, drafted him right guard out of Notre Dame. Future Hall of Famer, All-Pro type of guy. Then we drafted center Travis Frederick, future All-Pro, Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's for sure Ring of Honor guy. I don't know if he makes the Hall of Fame just because he hasn't played a lot of years in the league. And then last but not least, you got Tyler Smith, who we just recently drafted in the 2022 draft. Second year coming into the league, All-Pro at left guard, and then was a Pro Bowl left tackle in his first year. So again, a lot of people are going to put very lofty expectations on Tyler Guyton, and a lot of people have to understand and kind of temper their expectation. I'm not hearing a whole lot of noise around Tyler Smith, not Tyler Smith, but Tyler Guyton. You got to remember also that he only played the position offensive line for college for only 14 games. So again, he only played roughly around like 20 games, if so, of offensive line. Everyone else I just named, Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, those guys have been playing offensive line for the entirety of their collegiate career, but also high school as well. So those guys were mainly made to be offensive line. Tyler Guyton has the genetic makeup. He has hit the genetic lottery. You know, he's 6'8". He weighs 320 pounds, 322 pounds, I believe. And he has very, very good feet for his size. So, again, he has all the athletic makeup and all the tools to be a really great guy. He already has said in his meetings, or not in meetings, but his press conferences after he got drafted, what he needs to work on. Everything that his entire draft profile saying he didn't have enough experience. So you can automatically see the Dallas Cowboys starting him in most of his preseason games. He's going up against Michael Parsons, so he's going to get a lot of reps against a really great pass rusher. And if he stays healthy and does a lot of great things, I think he will have a really great NFL career. Talking about Michael Parsons. So, and then he's also sitting next to, in the locker room, which is very key, sitting next to Zach Martin. So again, like I already talked about, and their stats and everything's proven out there that Zach Martin is going to be a future Hall of Famer, and if he is a Pro Bowler, All-Pro type of candidate, right? And then you have Tyler Smith, who's going to probably achieve the same accolades as Zach Martin as well, but Tyler Smith is playing left guard. So my expectations is don't be the guy that lets up 3 to 4 sacks in a game. Now I understand he hasn't played the offensive line position for a very long time. And then again, you just quickly glance at this schedule. You know, some of his notable matchups is, of course, week 1, where we talked about a lot, Myles Garrett. Week 2 will be Cam Jordan. Week 3 will be David Ojabo, Olaf Owe. New York Giants is going to be Brian Burns, who they just traded for. Then you're going to have Kayvon Thibodeau. And again, if the Browns isn't going to be his toughest game, the second game that I feel like is going to be very, very tough on him will be that Pittsburgh Steelers game, week 5, because you're going to have, you know, Nick Herbig. You're going to put TJ Watt on him again, and every single week you're going to get the best. So I felt like towards the end of the season, once we reach that stretch where we got the Panthers, or my bad, where we got the Commanders, Giants, Bengals, Panthers, Bucks, Eagles, Commanders, those 7 games, I feel like Tyler Guyton will be probably in his true form. He'll be a really great battle-tested offensive lineman because, again, week 1, Myles Garrett, you're going to get every single week they're going to put the best pass rusher on his side because just like us, how we try to scheme up, we try to put Michael Parsons on the weakest offensive line, they're going to try and do that for Tyler Guyton, and they're going to test him every single week. So, again, Garrett, Thibodeau and Brian Burns, Olaf Owe, Aiden Hutchinson, TJ Watt, Bosa, Hassan, no, they don't got him anymore. They're probably going to put Bryce Huff, Nolan Smith. They will probably put one of their best edge rushers on him. Texans, Will Anderson, dude from SEC. He had a really solid defensive rookie year. He had a really good year. Commanders, Giants again. Bengals, you're going to have Trey Hendrickson. Tampa, you're going to have whoever they put at that defensive end spot. Going to be a tough game. Philly again, and then Washington. So he's going to go up against 9 really good pass rushers, and you're going to go up against a really good defensive line group. You know, Justin Madubuike versus the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to want to do some stunts and some twists on his side as well. So, again, don't be the guy that's letting up 3.5, 4 sacks in a game. Don't be a penalty-driven type of guy. Of course, we all want to stay healthy. Just be that guy that can be reliable game in and game out. And we also know that he's working out with Duke Manyweather, and Duke Manyweather is helping him with his feet, his hand technique, everything he said that when he got drafted that he needed to work on. Duke Manyweather is working with that with him right now as we speak. I'm pretty sure, you know, putting in a lot of work, and he has a lot of great words. He's been saying a lot. He's been saying all the right things in his press conference, saying, you know, you have a bit of a week, you have a bit of a break between when you get drafted into rookie minicamp. And so he was like, in between that time, I got an Airbnb in Dallas, and I was out here working out. So he was like, you can do one of two things. You can either sit on your butt and not do anything, or 2, you can get to work. And that's what he did. He got to work, and I for sure know with all the work that he's putting in with Duke Manyweather, all the work that Michael Parsons is going to give him in training camp in 2 months from now is definitely going to shine through, and is definitely going to make him a very battle-tested rookie. And that's what I love, and that's what I can all really ask for, really, at the end of the day. Just be him. I just want Tyler Guyton to be him. He's a really good, athletic offensive lineman, so that's something that we really have to work on. Again, it's really just run technique when he's out in the run game, and choose to be really great at something. So you're not going to come in year one and have everything all figured out. You know, there are sometimes there's not always the complete offensive line. There's some offensive line that just can't do certain things at a high enough level. But if you can be a really, really great pass protector, which I think that's what the Dallas Cowboys are going to be at the end of the day, I think we are going to be a pass-first team. And we're going to rely on the run game when need to. Again, we don't play in too many cold weather games. Even when we make the playoffs, I don't feel like we're going to be a team that's going to be playing in any cold weather climate. So, again, we're going to be a really pass-heavy team. So Tyler Guyton's going to have a bunch of experience. He stays healthy. He's going to be mainly starting at left tackle, and this is going to be a guy that's going to get a lot of reps at that pass protection standpoint, because you're going to get a lot of great guys week in and week out. There's no off week when it comes to Tyler Guyton, because they're going to view him as the weakest link in our offensive line, and they're definitely going to try him a lot. So, again, he's going to have his battles. He's going to lose some games. That's something that we have to kind of all come together and agree with, that he is going to lose some games. We're going to lose some games, of course, but there's going to be some games where Garrett might beat him over the head. T.J. Watt might beat him over the head. Aiden Hutchinson might. Bosa might. But he might win versus some of your division opponents. Kayvon Thibodeau might not even be a problem to him. I'm not saying that he won't, but I'm just saying he's going to have his wins, and he's definitely going to have some of his losses. He's a rookie, and he's fairly new to the offensive line position. Things that we can do to help out Tyler Guyton for him not to be a quote-unquote a liability. We can roll out opposite of his side. We can negate the pass rush that way. We can roll to his side. Again, Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he's on the run. Get the ball out quick. Dak Prescott does a really great job of getting the ball out quick, so that's nothing that I really have to worry about with Dak Prescott. But there is going to be a game where, again, from an offensive standpoint, from offensive weapon standpoint, we're not really going to wow you outside of CD and Ferguson. From a receiving standpoint, we're not really going to wow you. What does Brandon Cooks, what does Jalen Tolbert do? I'm going to talk about that in a different video. But there's going to be some games where it's going to be really tight coverage, and Dak Prescott might have to pat the ball for a couple extra 2 to 3 seconds. What can Tyler Guyton do in those situations, right? Again, we can help him by putting Jake Ferguson on that side. We can chip block Garrett, some of these top pass rushers. You don't want your tight end to be all extra offensive lineman. You want your tight ends to go out, especially a guy like Ferguson. You want him going out catching the ball more than you want him staying in line and helping out your offensive tackles. Zeke, that's what the part of bringing in Zeke was about. But I feel like we can still get better at that running back position. But you can have Zeke help out, and that's one of his pluses to his game that he's really great in pass protection. He does a really great job of getting underneath his pads and really lifting up a defensive end or knocking them on their back. So I felt like there's going to be some times where we're going to need Zeke versus Cleveland a lot. I felt like that's going to be your starting running back, and that's going to be a guy who's going to be in a lot because, again, you have a rookie offensive tackle, and you can do a bunch of things to help him out. Just don't leave him on the island. Don't be completely ignorant. But there's definitely some things that, as from an offensive play calling standpoint and a scheme standpoint, you can do many different things to negate Tyler Guyton being a rookie and for him to be that guy that costs you a game. So again, my expectations, to sum it all up about to round out the video, don't be that guy that lets up 3 to 4 sacks. But then again, our offensive scheme is going to have to help him be the great player that we want him to be. Just stick true to yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. Understand that you're a rookie. Understand that, yes, you are here to help this team win football games, but don't try to go above and beyond. Be you. Be a star in your role. Understand that you're really great in the pass protection game. I understand that he is getting work from Duke Manyweather, but it's going to be a grind every single week. You're not going to get an off week at all. So that's what I really love about the schedule, is that we're playing a lot of competition. And when you win your first place and you win your division, you're going to play a lot of top opponents. You're going to play the top opponents in every single division. And a lot of these guys are winning these divisions. They have really good pass rushers. So don't get too rattled by who you go up against, and don't matter if you give up a sack. It's going to happen. Everybody has given up a sack before in their career. Don't worry about it. Don't be a penalty-driven guy. Don't be a guy that gives up a lot of sacks. Or, I mean, not a lot of sacks. We were talking about that. But not giving up a lot of penalties, because you don't want to be that offensive lineman where they'll put a certain pass rush on you, or they'll do a certain twist or a stunt that knows that's going to drag in a lot of calls. Don't be the type of guy to bring in those sort of calls, because we're already an undisciplined team in the regular season under Mike McCarthy. We always lead the league, or we're top 5 in the league of giving up penalties. So we got to fix that as well. And stay healthy, really, just stay healthy. I understand that's something that you just can't avoid. It happens. You're in the offensive line, you're in the trenches, you get your ankle rolled up a lot. A lot of people are running behind you. Some people are running directly into you, whether it's your back, your hips. They run everywhere on offensive line. They get hit every single play. So that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.